Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is HAYATUL Nafisa binti Muhammad HAFIDZ. My matric number is H20A1163. In this video, I will tell about introduction of accounting. What is accounting? Accounting is one of the key functions for almost any business. Accounting is a crucial information in everyday life or business. It is also a language of business. The main role of accounting is to provide information about business wealth, financial positions, and results of operation. Accounting defines as the process of recording a company's financial transactions. The accounting process includes summarizing, analyzing, classifying, reporting business transactions, and interpreting economic data. In accounting, there are types of business ownership, which is sole proprietorship, partnership, and limited company. Sole proprietorship is an organization with a single owner. Partnership is an organization with two or more owners, while limited company is an organization with many owners. There are two types of users in accounting information, which is internal and external. Internal users are the individual who runs, manages, and operates the daily activities of the inside area of an organization. It includes owners and stockholders, managers, and employees. External users are those individuals who take interest in the account information of an organization, but they are not part of the organization's administrative process. For example, investor, lenders, customer, and public. Financial statements are the reports that provide the detail of the entity's financial information. There are 5 elements in financial statements, such as assets, liabilities, income, equities, and expenses.
Hi, my name is AQILAH NADHIRAH binti SUKARNO. My matric number H20A1097. I want to explain about journal and ledger. Definition: journal. An accounting journal is a detailed account of those relating to all types of transactions for business finance. It is also called the original entry books, as it is the first place transactions are recorded. Transactions are first entered manually into a journal and then sent to the public ledger. This is the schedule of Journal of Noah Business at 1st October 2020 to make this journal. It must have date, descriptions, debit, and credit. Definition: ledger. The ledger generally represents a system for keeping all available records of financial data available to a company with debit and credit accounts records that have been verified by trial balance. The general book also keeps all the account information data that has been executed to settle all the financial statements of the company. These transactions data will be separated according to their types into account for asset, liabilities, owner's equity, income, and expenses. This is the schedule of ledger for our group assignments. That's all from me. Thank you.
In the trial balance, in the accounting process, you need to be in the process to identify the transactions, to record a journal entry, to prepare a T account, to review a trial balance. To review a trial balance, you have to check for a mathematical error, and also to check account balances versus the expectations. After that, you can prepare a financial statement, which is you have to be more careful, and then you have to make sure everything to purchase a good from supplier. Trial balance is a bookkeeping systemized worksheet containing the closing balance of all the account containing two sides, left hand side which is debit and the right hand side which is a credit. The total of these two sides should be equal. It is prepared periodically, usually while reporting a finance segment. Why to prepare a trial balance? It is to have the deducting error and give an overall idea of all the ledger account, acquiring that every debit is having a corresponding and opposite effect. First step in the preparation of the financial statement is the main important thing in the trial balance. The debit side is all the expenses cash, which is the issue asset in the balance, and the credit side is all the income, capital, reserve, and the liability balances. So in the NTK debit error, there are 5 errors that can justify. The first one is the error of omission, error of original entry, error of reverse entry, error of principal, and compensating error. This is a trial balance of Syarikat Noah as at the 20 October in 2020. At the left is a debit side, and the right is a credit side, as shown as in the diagram.
Hi, Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is FARRAH binti JEFREE. My matric number is H20A1140. So I want to talk about statement of profit and loss, NOA business. As we can see, the table show profit and loss of NOA business for the month and in 20 October in 2020. Sales of NOA business is 40,000. Lessee return is 3,000. So the total sale of NOA business is 37,000. And the opening stock of NOA business is 0. There are 42,000 purchase in his business and 2,000 for the purchase return. However, the closing stock of NOA business also 0. So, gross profit for the NOA business is 3,000, which is total of sales minus total of purchase, and we got the gross profit is 3,000. There are a few things that NOA expense for their business, which furniture, drawings, salaries, and stationery. The total of furniture is 15,000, drawings 3,000, salary 5,000, and stationery is 1,000. The all cost that his expense is 24,000. And lastly, NOA has suffered a loss in his business of 21,000, which is gross profit minus total expense, and we will get amount of net less.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is NURUL binti ROSLI. My message number is H20A152. I will present about balance sheet statement. Balance sheet statement. This statement of our balance sheet is important in a business company because it is the main attachment to the financial information of a business company issues according to the company data. This is because this information is a reflection of the position of the business company related to what the company owned that time. Next, these accounting statements are very important in a company to balance each other. For example, the company has to pay for all available things such as asset by increasing the loan liability, or get money from the shareholder of the company, shareholder equity. And lastly, in addition, the cash flow statement will show the source of cash acquisition and used for a certain period of time. It serves to report business cash flow activities, especially in investment and financial operation activities. Such a thing can show the ability of a business to explain current liabilities such as payment to employee pay providers. Okay, thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Wonder Eli Hanis binti Wan Zahari and my matrix number is #20A1858, and I will tell about useful statement for profit and loss.
Okay, now I will tell about useful statement profit and loss. What is useful statement profit and loss? Okay, now I will tell about useful statement profit and loss. The profit and loss statement is a financial statement that summarizes the revenues, costs, and expenses incurred during a specific period, usually a fiscal quarter or year. The profit and loss account also allows enterprises to see where it can improve its revenue streams and cut costs. These records provide information about a company's ability or inability to generate profit by increasing revenue, reducing costs, or both. Some refer to the profit and loss statement as a statement of profit and loss, income statement, statement of operations, statement of financial results or income, earnings statements, or expense statement. The profit and loss statement is one of 3 financial statements every public company issues quarterly and annually, along with the balance sheet and the cash flow statement. The reason why we need to prepare a profit and loss statement is to make wiser decisions. If we have profit and loss in our hand, we are able to look back on it to review how well our company fared over a chosen period of time. Next, why we need to prepare a profit and loss is to have a proof of our business success. Having a profit and loss statements on the paper means that we are able to show a chronological record of how well our business has been doing over the course its operations. In addition, statement of profit and loss also used to prepare our file tax. If we are constantly updating our profit and loss statement as well as other financial statements, we will get all the information that we need to compile in our business tax. Okay, now I will tell about steps to prepare profit and loss statement. There are 5 steps in preparing profit and loss statement. Step 1, keep a clean record. Step 2, select the time period. Step 3, find your income. Step 4, find your expenses. Step 5, find your profit number. Step 1, keep a clean record. If the company don't want to have a hard time making the profit and loss statement, or refunds as well. And finally, step 5, find your profit number. Income minus expenses is from benefit, so to assess the income, calculate that. The company also calculate that net income, which is after-tax income, using tools to help bring about the company profit and loss statements. In a click of time, guarantees the exactness of the company bookkeeping. As a conclusion, the profit and loss report offers details on the revenue and expenditures of the company, resulting in the net profit or loss.
Balance sheet, or also known as a statement of financial position, is a financial statement that shows the asset, liabilities, and owner's equity of a business at a particular date. The main purpose of preparing a balance sheet is to disclose the financial position of a business enterprise at a given date. While the balance sheet can be prepared at any time, it is mostly prepared at the end of the account period. Most of the information about asset, liability, and other equity items are obtained from the adjusted trial balance of the company. The balance sheet can be divided into a 3 sections. This is a asset section, liability, owner equity. Each of these sections is briefly discussed about. Asset, which is cash and cash equivalents. There are the most liquid asset, which may include a treasury bill, which is a T-bills, short-term certificate of deposit, CDs, and cash, marketable security. This category includes equity and debt security for which there is a liquid market. Receivable, also known as account receivable. This represents money owed to a company by consumer investors. This area covers all the goods available for sale. It is liability, debt. This includes a current portion of long-term debt and the bank indebtedness. Overhead, this accounts such financial obligations as rent, tax, and utilities. This one will be a shareholder equity. The shareholder equity is equal to a firm's total asset minus its total liability, and it's one of the most common financial metrics employed by analysts to determine the financial health of a company. Shareholder equity represents the net value of the company, meaning the amount that would be returned to the shareholders if all the company's assets were liquidated and all its debt repaid.
Hi, my name is ILYANA binti Muhammad Mahadi. My number metric is H2OA1081. I'm going to conclude all part of this assignment that have been done by my group mates. Noah started his business and began to record his accounts systematically in order to obtain accurate data of his business. Number 2, in this report, we have prepared a complete set of accounts, journal, ledger of account, trial balance, profit and loss statements. And last but not least, we also provide balance sheet statements. Number 3, this report also relates to the use of profit and loss statements and the use of balance sheet statements. Number 4, what we can learn from about the use of this profit and loss statement is that financial statements include revenue, costs and expenses incurred in a specific period, usually a quarter or fiscal year. 5. Profit and loss management refers to how a company takes control of its profit and loss statement through sales and cost management. That's all from me. Thank you.